Authority doesn't always come from experience or credentials. Sometimes it comes from clarity, leadership, and insight. Here's how running a survey shifted everything for me and my clients, and how it can shift things for you too. Hey there, and welcome back to this episode of She Coaches Coaches. I'm Candy Motzek, and I am so glad you're here. Today, this episode might be one of the most important that you listen to in a while. And I'm talking about this because there's something that coaches don't always want to admit out loud. Every coach that I've ever met wants to feel trusted. We all want to feel respected. We all want to do valuable work and feel like our work is making a positive impact. And yes, we want more people to see us as the coach who can help them. Authority is not about being loud or flashy. It's about being clear, thoughtful, grounded, and credible. And what I noticed when running a survey is that the perceived authority, my perceived authority, jumped significantly. And this has worked for my clients too. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly how that happened, why it worked, and how you can use the same approach to create your own version of aligned authority. Let's get into it. The biggest surprise was that people started listening differently. Before I ran this survey, I already had experience. I had this podcast, I've been training, and a strong track record of helping my clients. But when I started to share insights from the survey, something changed, something more. And it was this. People leaned in. They listened more carefully. They asked thoughtful questions, and they reached out. And it wasn't because I was a different person overnight. It was because I was sharing something that was meaningful to them, something that was specific, and something grounded in data, something that they could trust. Data creates confidence. Confidence creates clarity, and clarity creates authority. So authority is not about being loud. It's about being clear. So running this survey gave me something that most coaches don't have. It gave me insight. I was no longer talking about generalities. I was no longer only talking about the clients that I see every week. I was sharing industry patterns, evidence, data, and truth. And truth cuts through that noise, really stands out and resonates. This is the thing that was building the trust. When you speak with clarity that comes from your understanding of your people, your message becomes magnetic and people can feel it. You can do this too. I have all of my clients looking at doing their own survey. Some of them are doing a large scale survey. Others are doing a smaller scale based more on interviews. But this talking to people, getting outside opinions, collecting data, that is transforming their business. How conversations shifted almost instantly. This was super fascinating. Once I started sharing the early results from the survey, this is what happened. People reached out. They asked to collaborate. They asked me to speak on summits. They started sharing my content, and they thanked me for naming what they had been feeling but couldn't put their finger on. The reason is simple. Coaches are craving clarity. And when you provide clarity, then you become somebody that people can trust. Doesn't matter if you have a big audience or a small one. It comes from relevance, not reach. So what I really noticed was my curiosity and my going out and asking solid questions to people that I love to work with, coaches who are heart-led, smart professionals who really want to make a difference with their client's life. I started to talk to them and I got this data about their experience and what was working and what wasn't working for them. And so it positioned me as somebody who understands the coaching landscape. When you bring that new insight into your niche, people naturally start to look at you as a leader. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to prove yourself. Authority grows from inside your clients' minds. It's the feeling of, she gets it. She understands what's going on here. And this is what happened for me. And it can happen for you too. So, why do I think that running a survey worked so well for me and that it works so well for the thoughtful, introverted coaches that I work with? So, truthfully, many of my clients are introverts, as I am. They're quiet leaders, they're thoughtful professionals, they're educated, they care about the work they do. They have success in their career, and now they want to expand and have a coaching business too. These are people who want to make an impact without performing online. So a survey really works for them because they lean into their quiet nature of asking questions and collecting data, interview questions, survey questions. And you're asking questions and deeply listening to people, they will share what's going on with them. The survey really works because it builds authority without being loud. It gathers data, which provides clarity. It positions you as a thoughtful guide. It gives you insight that your competitors don't have. It attracts people who value depth, and it creates trust with your potential clients. You don't have to show more of you and your life. You don't have to post every day, all day. You don't have to dance on video. You just need to choose to lead with curiosity and insight. So, this approach can help you create offers that sell more easily too. And this is a side benefit of running a survey because you've asked the questions, it's revealed what your clients actually want. Not what you think they want, not what you hope they want, but what they really want, because you've listened to them and their words. And when you know that, then your offer becomes so much clearer. Your messaging grows stronger and clearer. Your confidence grows because you know how to help them. And everything in growing your coaching business becomes easier. You start to speak in a way that feels grounded and true. Instead of trying to prove yourself, you can talk from the data, you can talk from the interviews that you've collected, you can talk from your client's point of view. This is what an aligned authority space feels like: calm, steady, grounded, deeply rooted in helping people. Because you're not trying to be something that you're not. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're simply sharing what you know, and people respond. This is the thing that works. It builds trust and it lasts. This is the kind of authority that feels good for thoughtful, heart-led coaches like you. So, just to wrap it up, running a survey changed a lot in my business, not because of the numbers, but because of the clarity, the insight, and the grounded leadership that came from understanding the real patterns that was going on behind the curtain. What were those coaches really experiencing? And you can have your own version of that too. If you want to see the results of the Coaching Business Growth Survey, I've popped the link in the episode notes. Go and grab it, have a read, and learn from it. And then get curious. How could you apply something similar in your business? Now, if you're ready for some support, book a call with me and we can look at where you're at in your business and an approach that might work for you. I've also put the link to book a call with me in the episode notes. I hope you found this episode interesting, is giving you a little bit of a behind the curtain vision of what went into creating this survey and the benefit of having a survey. I look forward to speaking to you again on the next episode. Have a great day.